Hi, welcome to the Rittner Floral School in Boston, Mass. I'm Dr. Steve Rittner, and it's a pleasure to welcome you into one of our classrooms today because we've got a really neat program planned for you. The subject? Designing in water. Imagine the possibilities. We've all seen water-based designing, in other words, designs done in glassware, but today we're going to show you a sampling of some really neat things that go beyond what you may have considered to be the norm in terms of designing in water, and we hope you really enjoy it. We've got a really interesting program planned for you, and you can see we're starting off right here with this one. The designs that we're doing, our staff have been very busy and very creative, coming up with some interesting ideas to show you. And we're especially feeling very creative because we have some wonderful materials that we're going to be playing with in these designs. Our flowers today, a large number of them, are actually imports from Israel. The folks at Blooming a Beloit in Beloit, Wisconsin have brought in an enormous range of incredible Israeli product that we're going to be enjoying and seeing. And we're going to mix them with a lot of the other things that we can get locally to come up with some interesting results. Here we have, for example, a design in water. The feeling of this particular one happens to be traditional. However, it's not Grandpa's design in water. You notice that we've got an interesting mixture of things. We've got here some of our Lisianthus. Lisianthus is a terrific product. The folks at Blooming a Beloit have been bringing in some of this stuff from Israel. It's absolutely incredible. Look at it. It's vibrant. It's beautiful. It comes in pink. It comes in white. We're getting some lavender blues in there. A wide range of different materials available. It's really cool. Our Lisianthus here is mixed in with another Israeli product that you're going to see in many of the designs that we're going to be showing you today. And this stuff is called Green Bell, also known as pennycress. It's a filler material, but notice that it's got these incredible little spikes. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's available throughout the year. We're mixing the Lisianthus and the green bells along with some of our daffodils, which gives a really interesting effect, and some of our heather. The foliage that's being used as a base here is also brought in from Israel. It happens to be variegated pittosporum. It's absolutely great as a base. And if you look really closely down at the bottom of our container, our infrastructure on this one, again, is not what Grandpa was used to playing with, but rather using some of the decorative wires that have become so popular in some of our contemporary designing. All in all, an interesting design, a design with a classical kind of feeling to it, and yet making use of some of the incredible flowers that we're now getting in from Israel, along with modern technology. Isn't that great? That's just getting started, folks. We have some other interesting things to show you just to give you an idea of some of the possibilities available today in designing in water. Here, let's go to something a little bit more way out. We've all thought in terms of the bud vase design. We've seen bud vase designs out there, but how about something like this? Again, this isn't Grandpa's bud vase. Isn't this incredible? It's absolutely gorgeous. Again, starting at the top, look at the green bells from Israel, brought in by Blooming a Beloit in Beloit, Wisconsin. This pennycress or green bells absolutely gives an interesting infrastructure to our design. Using this as a background, working 3 of our roses into it, it gives a really neat effect. And then using our glassware and then using some of the decorative wire wrapped around the glassware gives definitely a 21st century kind of taste to this design. So you can see we have things ranging from water-based with a classical kind of feel to water-based with a very 21st century kind of feel to it. Let's see what other things we can think of when we're talking in terms of using Israeli product to come up with different kinds of designs in glassware. I don't mind telling you, our staff has been very enthusiastic in terms of playing with some of this stuff because it is so neat and it can give us such wonderful results. This is another interesting design, making use of water-based designing and using an integration of Israeli product, modern technology, and modern ideas. It's a rectangular kind of cube base, water-based here in terms of our background. But we've got some very neat things in it. One of the things you'll notice here is a product that is being brought in from Israel, again by Blooming a Beloit. This is called Green Trick. green trick. It's a dianthus. Essentially, it's a relation, believe it or not, to the carnation, because carnations are in the dianthus family, but it's a very, very interesting kind of thing. Looks kind of fuzzy and furry, green little balls. They're very, very durable, hold up very, very well in designing. And notice we've got some green trick over here. Once again, playing a little bit with the lisianthus, and these are really beautiful. And we're getting some really nice coverage in there with some of our Liz. And then, using some other flowers that are not Israeli, but still pretty to play with. Some of our tulips, a few of our daffodils, some of our roses worked over on this side. And then this is an interesting product. I really like this stuff. This is absolutely incredible. This particular product is known as Xanadu. Xanadu. It's essentially in the philodendron family. It has got a really characteristic, cool shape to it, and yet it's not so big that we can have problems. We can come up with things that are smaller in scale than, say, a monstera. Monsteras are big, but this thing is very, very reasonable and kind of kinky in shape. And using some of our Xanadu, notice that we've got a kind of a nest, one coming out over here, another one over on this side, and one over here. It gives a really, really cool effect. And then a little bit of the decorative wire, again, giving us an interesting effect on the bottom. Very contemporary feeling design in water, certainly not like Grandpa's design, one that we thought you'd enjoy seeing. Let's come up with another idea here, and again, we want to try to explore different kinds of possibilities that you can play with in water-based designing using some of these wonderful materials. Isn't this amazing? This is an amazing, incredible design. A bubble as our base, some of our curly willow worked in as the infrastructure. Once again, making use of the green trick dianthus over here. Sunflowers. The Israelis are shipping in some incredible sunflowers right at the present time. And then we also happen to have some of our hypericum berries. Hypericum is also an Israeli product that the folks at Blooming of Beloit are bringing in. And then we have, again, some of our Xanadu philodendron. Isn't this amazing the way it kind of curves over here? If you're looking for an interesting effect for party use or centerpiece use, this one will work very well. There are some flowers on the other side. We do have some carnations worked over on this side, so it works well no matter what angle you're looking at it. And again, using some of our decorative wires that have become so popular in terms of 21st century designing, working it around here, through here, up at the top, curving it around. It is definitely a cool design using some of these wonderful Israeli products in water-based designing. Okay, let's see what else we have to show you, because we have a few more things that we want to show you that I think you're going to find of interest. Okay, let's see. Well, how about something like this? This is a cool design. Very cool. Mega cool, in my opinion. Let's start with the bottom. The bottom has some of our curly willow, and it has some of our tulips there intertwined with the curly willow, because the trend today is to play with things under the water level as well as above the water level. And then when we look at the top part of the design, we've got some really neat product from the Israeli source. Really cool stuff. We've got our green trick dianthus here, more of our lisianthus also worked in, some of the pennycress or green bell, which we find fascinating as far as a product. The Xanadu here, worked around here. And our base also uses some of our salal or lemon leaf in here. We don't want to forget that because that's neat. There's another product, however, in this that we have not talked about, which they're bringing in now from Israel, which is really cool. Ornithogalum, and we've got the dubium variety of ornithogalum that's being used in this design. It comes in yellow, it comes in orange. It's absolutely incredible. It's pretty looking stuff, and it really holds very, very nicely for us. Isn't this stuff gorgeous? Notice that we've got the ornithogalum dubium right here. We've got a little here, here, and here. This is a beautiful arrangement. It is an upscale kind of design, and certainly a very, very good design. I could see something like this being used very, very effectively, say on a buffet table with different foods around for people to pick up. Some designers are even playing with variants of these towers of water and flowers with things shooting off on them as far as very upscale table centerpiece work. Works very, very nicely. Okay, what else do we have? Well, my viewer, just bear with me while I get our next design. Also, a very pretty design that is water-based. This one's a little bit more classical in feeling, but it's not Grandpa's design. Isn't this incredible? Again, making use of a variety of different things and water-based in a nice cylinder tube. We happen to have here some roses, but the roses are mixed in with some of our curly willow, some of our delphinium. Delphinium is brought in from Israel, a little bit of our heather, some of our variegated pittosporum, some of our xanadu, leaves also here, and of course our green bell foliage. Isn't this stuff incredible? Isn't it incredible? More of a traditional kind of design, but definitely something that gives quite a neat effect. Very, very showy. Could be used at an entry of a church or a chapel. Could be used in an entry area anywhere. Very, very pretty. Well, my viewer, we've given you just a brief glimpse at some of the possibilities. We hope that you get some ideas from this. Designing in water and in glassware can be exciting. It can be fun. And you can do some very, very neat things. And we thank the folks at Blooming of Beloit in Beloit, Wisconsin for providing this incredible Israeli product that we've been playing with in these designs to come up with some very interesting things to show you. On behalf of the staff and folks here at Rittner School of Floral Design in Boston, Mass., we thank you for coming in and visiting with us today.